doing own voice over soft music. Jungkook was standing all nervous in front of his parents as he wanted to say a very important thing of his life with his parents. Appa, Oma both looked at Jungkook with a happy eyes. Yes, dear. Jungkook mom frowned. Do you do something wrong? Why are you nervous? Come have a seat. Jungkook sat opposite to them and took a long breath before saying, Appa, Oma, I want to say that I wanted to get married. Jungkook dad happy. Really, I was about to ask you the same. Me and your mom were discussing about the same. But Appa, the thing is, what is that baby? I love a girl. Both Jungkook's dad and mom looked at each other in shock because they thought that Jungkook will not have a girlfriend because he was always busy with study and work. What did you say, Appa? Era, my secretary. She was my college mate too. We fall in love with each other during college time and then she joined me as my secretary when I took over the company. But son, we already arranged your marriage with our business partner and also best friend daughter. Jungkook wide open eyes. Wyan, yeah, almost every preparation is done. Jungkook angry. What? How can you arrange my wedding without asking me? We thought that you won't deny our proposal, and also we never thought a workaholic man like you will have a girlfriend. Cancel the wedding. I ain't marrying. No, we can't. We have invited all the guests, and also what will we say to Mr. Park and family in this last moment? So you have to forget your girlfriend and accept the marriage. But honey, Jungkook dad angry. No more talks. He will marry. That's all. My reputation matters to me. Jungkook's dad angrily left the place. Son, I'm sorry. I hate you all. Jungkook angrily brushed at his mom and left to his company. Oh ho, see our Winnie is going to marry her crush. Did he know that you used to admire him from your college time? No. Then when will you confess to him that you used to crush on him? Wyan blushed. In Oh, Leah, her best friend, teased Wyan as Wyan used to have crush on Jungkook from college time. As Jungkook was a senior from but Jungkook never noticed Wyan. He only treated her as one of his dad friend's daughter. Era, please place this file in Sir's desk. Yeah, sure. Era turned around to go to Jungkook's cabin but halted on her steps when she heard, did you heard this week Mr. John Sir is marrying Mr. Park's daughter? Really? Oh, I remember Park Wine. I saw her in one of the business parties. She is very sweet and kind girl. Yeah, Era's eyes filled with tears as her boyfriend is getting married and she doesn't know anything. She felt being cheated by Jungkook. Jungkook entered his cabin. He wasn't in mood as his parents spoiled his mood in morning. He thought that now he is stable in work, so to proceed in his personal life. That's why he decided to take with his parents about marriage, but they have already decided everything without even informing him. Jungkook was so lost in thoughts that saw the file. Jungkook looked up to see Era. Yeah, keep it here and leave. Era chuckled. Yeah, I'm leaving not from his cabin but from your company. Here, my resignation. Era placed a resignation letter on his table and turned around to leave, but Jungkook stopped her by holding his wrist. Now I understood why you told me to keep our relationship secret. Era turned to face Jungkook. I was a fool to believe that you loved me all this time. From last 6 months you fooled me. When were you going to say that you are going to get married, huh? After getting married with her or after having kids with her? Hera archly jerked his hand and left the place crying, leaving a statue Jungkook because he doesn't know what to say. That employees heard it all and understood. Vine was blushing while sitting on the edge of the bed as today it's there and today she has decided to confess her crush to her husband which she was hiding within her from a long time. The door of the bedroom opened and Vine stood up after seeing Jungkook. Jungkook just approached Vine and took the pillow and blanket from bed and was about to go, but Vine stopped him by holding his hand. Jungkook, I need to say something. Jungkook slowly removed her hands from his and turned around to see Vine. I will be using another room. You can take this room. Vine frowned, but why? I mean, we are married, so I didn't accept you as my wife. Jungkook said and left the room, leaving a confused, heartbroken Vine. Vine to herself, didn't accept me as your wife. What does it mean? Leah called. What he said like that? Yeah, sadly said to Leah after telling her yesterday's matter of her and Jungkook. Maybe he meant like he need time to adjust with you and this new relation. I mean, both of you doesn't know about each other, so maybe he wanted to first know about you and then look another step into relationship. Wine signed. I am also thinking the same. Okay, then see you later. Wine cut the call and headed to make dinner for Jungkook as it was his time to come home. Like this, a month passed. Jungkook was cold towards Ryan. He always ignored Ryan as if she is invisible, which hurted Ryan a lot. And here each day, Ryan was hoping that Jungkook will talk to her and start treating her as his wife, but nothing happened. Wine was cooking, but suddenly she heard her phone ringing, so she rushed out of the room and took her phone to see the screen, and a small smile formed on her lips after seeing who called her. Wine called. Yes, Jungkook. Wine was so happy that Jungkook called her for the first time in this 1 month of marriage. Wine, can you bring the file kept on the coffee table? Actually, I forget. Okay, I will be there. Don't rush, come slowly. Wine nodded her head with a sweet smile, totally forgetting that he can't see her. Wine dressed up pretty and came to Jungkook's office. She was on the way to his cabin, but she heard something which made her stop on her track. Mrs. John will be so heartbroken after knowing that Mr. John is forced to marry her and he loves someone else. Yeah, it's been 1 month era left. Do you know about where she is now? No, Vine's heart broke after hearing Jungkook being forced to marry her and love someone else, but the name Era sounds familiar to her. Vine front Era. She turned around to see a man and approached him. Excuse me, you. Oh, Mrs. John, I'm sorry. Sir's new secretary. New secretary. Then who was previous era? Sir's college mate. Ryan thought college mate. I know his every classmate and this name sound familiar to me. Do you have any pic of her? I don't have, but maybe in some of the business function pictures it might be. I will search if you want. Yeah, please do that for me. Okay, ma'am. Ryan nodded and left to Jungkook's cabin to give him the file. Here is your file, Jungkook. Thank you. I will leave now. Jungkook just nodded his head and Wine left the cabin. Wine was in deep thought thinking about a girl named Era. Ma'am, here is the pic you asked. Oh, thank you. Wine took the pic and her eyes wide open. Yeah, she remember her. Era was the college heartthrob. Every boys were head over heels for her. Now she collected all the missing thoughts in her brain and came to a conclusion. Wine left the place with a teary eyes. Wine was waiting for Jungkook and thus the door opened and Jungkook came inside. He was directly heading to his bedroom but halted when Wine called him. Jungkook, we need to talk. Jungkook turned around and faced Wine. Wine, not now. I'm really tired. Morning we will talk. It's about Era. Jungkook's eyes wide open and his body become numb. What? Were you and Era in relationship? Were you forced to marry me? Jungkook was all silent. He doesn't know what to say and his silence gave Wine an answer. Yes, Era was his girlfriend and he was forced to marry, so Ryan's eyes turned teary. You should have told me before. I would have asked Dad to cancel the wedding, but now you spoiled 3 lives, my, yours and yours too. I doesn't want knowing anything about this marriage. I only get to know a week before the marriage and at that time everything was arranged and also Era left the company as soon as she got to know about this marriage. Now say where is my fault, huh? Ryan got all silent. I'm sorry I shouted because I lost my temper. It's okay, I can understand your emotion after you got to know that your husband loves someone else because I have experienced it too earlier. Jungkook's eyes turned teary remembering his past and he left to his room leaving a confused Wine. What he meant by he has experienced it, did he love someone before Era? Jungkook came downstairs to leave for office. Jungkook have breakfast. Jungkook looked at Ryan and then to the dining table to see 2 plates of food arranged. Is that for me? Jungkook pointed at one plate. Yeah, wine gave him a happy smile which made an unknown feeling in Jungkook's heart and body. Thank you. Jungkook and Wine sat and started eating together. Jungkook, let's be friends. We both aren't at fault. You weren't knowing about this marriage and I being an obedient kid just accepted to my parents. just to make them happy. So let's forget everything and let be friends and later we can get divorced. Jungkook looked at Ryan after he heard divorce because his heart ached. Okay, both shook hands and smiled at each other. Jungkook and Ryan become close to each other. Like Ryan was already in love with Jungkook, so she fell more for him. But Jungkook now started having feelings for Ryan too. As he became soft, watches drama with her, buys her favorite food, took her out for dating, and makes sure to keep Ryan always happy. He was enjoying being Ryan's husband, and he feel proud whenever Ryan introduced him as his husband, and he says that he is Ryan's husband. Ryan called. Did you get the information about Era? Yes, Ryan, I have sent you all the information about Era, where she is now and all. Ryan asked her best friend Leah's boyfriend, who was a cop officer, to find out the location of Era. So after 3 months of searching, finally Alex got where Era is now. He informed Ryan, and the last sentence of Alex made Ryan's heart ache. Ryan, she is still single. Ryan thought, right, hey, Ryan, you okay? Yeah, Alex, I'm fine. Don't worry about me. And yeah, thank you so much for helping me. Hey, just thank I repay you for what you help have done to me. Ryan chuckled. Just because I set you up with my best friend. Come on, it's not a help. But for me, it's a big help as you help me to get the love of my life. Okay, fine. See you later. Call cut. Ryan to herself. Now I think it's the time to say goodbye to the man I love and to give him to the person whom he loves because his happiness is what I wanted. After all, I love him so much, Wine said, and going through the information of Era. Jungkook and Wine were having dinner while Wine was deep in thought playing with her food. Jungkook, yes, Wine. We can go somewhere for vacation. I'm getting bored sitting in this house all day. Yeah, why not? Just tell me where you want to go. But what about your work? Work can wait and you come before my work. So just order my queen. Wine chuckled painfully by thinking that this is the last time he will be calling her queen. Yes, recently he started calling her his queen, which makes Wine's heart flutter. What about Paris? Jungkook's eyes light up after hearing the destination. Oh my god, Ryan, you are so my soulmate. You know I always dream of going to Paris. It's my dream destination. So yeah, I will book the ticket for tomorrow. Hey Jungkook, don't worry. I already booked. Really? Thank you so much, Ryan. You are the best. Ryan already booked because she knows that Jungkook can never say no to her. Even if he says no, she will be forcing him to go with her. Only she can make Jungkook and Era together. Ryan, be fast, otherwise we will be late. Jungkook shouted to Ryan, who was in her room. Coming, she shouted back and looked a final time to her room of 4 months. Bye, it's the last time I am here, and maybe Era will be here from next week. A drop of tear left her eyes, and she cleaned her face and headed downstairs just to see an excited Jungkook. Come fast, Ryan. Jungkook approached Ryan and took her luggage. Did you pack the whole house? It's so heavy. I'm a girl, so I need a lot of things, even for just a week. Yeah, she passed Jungkook, and Jungkook smiled at Ryan. Wine has a last look of all the things place, kitchen, living room, the garden, so has to capture all this in her mind. They reached their destination. Jungkook noticed Wine being all silent throughout this flight, and even after coming here, he neglected that thought because thinking Wine might be scared of height and tired after a long journey. Recently, they are at restaurant to have dinner. Jungkook, Wine called him in serious tone. Yes, Viney. Jungkook, what will you do when you will see Era? Jungkook's hand, which were cutting meat, paused, and he looked at Wine. I don't know, maybe I will say how much I love a person in my life. Wine's eyes turned teary and she nodded her head in acceptance. I will be back quick. Jungkook nodded and Wine left to somewhere. Meanwhile, Jungkook called the hotel staff. Yes, sir, I need to ask, is there any beautiful place here nearby for a date? Wine was waiting at the reception of hotel. Mrs. John, here is the person whom you want to meet. Wine turned around to see Era. She was working as the manager in the hotel where Jungkook and Wine came to have dinner after a small outing. To be more specific, Wine took Jungkook here. Era, right? I'm John Wine. Ira's eyes wide open. Yeah, how can I help you? Wine smiled. I came to make you and Jungkook together. Era's eyes sparkled after hearing Wine. You joking, right? No, I'm serious. Why are you willing to give your husband to me? Vine's painful smile. Because I love him and wanted to see him happy with the person he loves the most. Era chuckled. He loves me. Vine frowned. Yes, no, he doesn't. If he would have loved me, then he would have informed me about this marriage. Vine signed and told how Jungkook was forced to marry Vine. So you mean he was forced? Yes. Okay, I accept that he was forced, but what about love? He doesn't love me, girl. He loved you from college time. Vine wide open eyes. What? Era signed. Yeah. Jungkook was passing by the hallway when he heard a girl's laughter. He doesn't know what happened to his legs that it automatically started walking towards the direction of the sound, and he looked inside the room to see Ryan and Leah's laughing. Jungkook's eyes got stuck on Ryan, her eyes that become invisible due to smiling, her rosy cheeks, rose, her cherry lips, and pearl-like teeth. Everything attracted Jungkook. He was so lost that he doesn't notice the girl behind him looking furiously at Ryan because what she is trying to do from the beginning of the college, Ryan just did it without any efforts to get Jungkook's attention. So he tapped his shoulder, so he turned around to see Era. Hi Jungkook, here, this is for you. She forwarded a banana milk to him. Jungkook rolled his eyes. Era, how many times I have told you that your efforts will be in vain? I don't like you. Please leave me alone, Jungkook said and left the place leaving Era angry. From the day Jungkook keep on following Ryan and slowly he fall in love with her and wanted to confess her but wasn't confident enough to propose thinking what if Ryan rejects him. But after Jungkook came to know that she is his father's business partners and more about one of his friend daughter too, so a hope and confidence came inside him to propose Ryan because even if she rejects him he can take his dad's help to get wiry Ryan. So he was about to propose, but what he doesn't know is that Era was secretly following him every time when Jungkook was following Ryan. Jungkook was happily going towards Ryan's classroom to secretly see her, but all his happiness flew away when he saw a boy on knees in front of Ryan, and what he heard next made him heartbroken. I love you. Please accept me, and I'm following you from the first day of college. Please give me a chance. Ryan happily smiled. Yes, Alex, I also love you from the first day of college. Both Alex and Ryan hugged each other. Meanwhile, Jungkook's eyes turned dark in anger and he left the place in sad. And Jungkook left. Are you sure Leah likes me from the day first? Come on, dude. How many times I have to tell you? Believe me, you are her crush. So go ahead and propose her. Thank you so much, Ryan. Alex happily left to propose Leah after having a trial with Ryan. What they all doesn't know is Era was behind them all the time streaming. After that, Jungkook decided to move on from Ryan because he wanted Ryan's happiness. If Ryan is happy with Alex, then he is also happy for her because Alex is a good guy and Jungkook trust Alex. He searched for Alex's character. What you'd edited it, Era streamed. Yes, if you won't accept me now, then I will show Wine this that her boyfriend is cheating on her with her best friend, and you can imagine how heartbroken Wine will be after seeing this lie. Era showed the pic of Alex proposing Leah, which was actually true, but as Era was with Jungkook, and just to get Jungkook, she made it like she edited those pics. Jungkook thought, come on, Jungkook, now we graduated. I will not see Era, as she will go for some other job, and I will take dad's position. So only meeting sometimes. Okay, fine, I will, but just don't ruin Vine's relationship. Okay, so as you are my boyfriend, so I want you to hire me as your secretary. Jungkook thought, oh god, she is clever than me. Now what to do? I even accepted to be her boyfriend. Okay, you can join from tomorrow. That means he thought Alex and I are in relationship. Era nodded. At that time, she remembered the day and Jungkook's word. It's okay, I can understand your emotions after you got to know that your husband loves someone else because I have experienced it too earlier. Jungkook's eyes turned teary, remembering his past, and he left to his room, leaving a confused Ryan. What he meant by he has experienced it, did he love someone before Era? Now Ryan understood what he meant that day. He felt the same pain as Ryan felt when she came to know about Era. So Jungkook has so much heartbroken after seeing Alex on knees in front of Ryan. Okay, then what about becoming his secretary? I think you worked for 6 months, right? I tried my best to make him fall in love with me, but he never budged. He only had his eyes on you and just maintained a professional relationship with me. To be more specific, he ignored me all the time and just does his work. Then what about now? Do you still love him? It wasn't love. I was just attracted towards him, nothing else, but not anymore. Now I find someone who taught me the real meaning of real love. Do you want to meet Jungkook? No, I am sorry for whatever I have done with him, so I think I can't face him. So please tell him that I asked for his forgiveness and also I'm sorry to you too. Vian nodded her head as she was confused now what to do. And Vian, one more thing. Actually, I forced Jungkook to ask his parent to marry me, as I thought that after marriage at least he will treat me as his wife. And I think at that time he found out that he was going to marry you. Vian nodded her head and left to see Jungkook. Vine reached their table, but she didn't saw anyone, and the waiter was cleaning the table. Excuse me, have you seen my husband over this table? Yeah, ma'am, he cleared the bill and left. Wide eyes. What? Oh, sorry, and thank you. She thanked the staff and left to the hotel room, praying Jungkook to be there. Jungkook was standing under the shower, and his eyes were dark after remembering and understanding what Vine done behind his back. I need to ask you, is there any place here nearby for a cafe? Yeah, sir, here. He placed a card near him. Thank you. The staff left. I think now I should confess my feeling to Ryan, as now there is no more era thing in between. And also, Alex told me everything what happened on that day. Jungkook 3 months back before saw Alex and Leah together on date. So he approached Alex and asked him whether he is really cheating on Ryan. So he told the truth. Jungkook was happy after that and she is his wife now, and he also mad on himself that how he behaved with Ryan in the beginning, so he decided to end all this and start a new life with Ryan. Where is this girl? What taking her this long? I should check on her. Jungkook got up and went to check Ryan. At that time, he saw Ryan talking with a staff as her back was facing him, so he approached them. But his world paused and a fear rushed through his body when he heard the name Era. But more above, he got confused, so he hid behind the pillars and heard everything. So you are trying to make me with that. Do you have no feelings for me? Jungkook left the place. Jungkook harshly the wall to release his anger. Vine entered the room to find it empty. She was about to call Jungkook, but the bathroom door opened and he came outside fully dressed, and Vine released a sign of relief after seeing him. Thank God, Jungkook, you scared me. You should have informed me. I was so worried, you know. Jungkook looked at Vine with his scary cold eyes. And Vine gulped in fear. What happened, Cook? She shuddered. Don't dare to call me Cook. Only the one who loves me truly can call me Cook. What happened, Cook? I mean Jungkook. Oh, so you don't love me? Vine confused, huh? Then why you called me Jungkook? You say that don't call you Cook, and I also say that only those who love truly call me Cook. Okay, fine. Can you tell me why you left in between without informing me? Did you inform me anything before taking any decision? Vine from what I did. You planned all this, right? This trip just to make me with her, right? Vine's eyes wide open after realizing Jungkook find out everything. Cook, you, I heard and saw everything, but it's your fault too. Why you didn't say it in the beginning when I asked you that day? Why not now? I really tired. Morning we will talk. It's about Era. Jungkook's eyes wide open and his body become numb. What? Were you and Era in relationship? Were you forced to marry me? Jungkook was all silent. He doesn't know what to say, and his silence gave Wine an I was about to confess that day, but you spoiled my mood by taking that name, and then I thought to say it next day, but you came with the solution of being friends, so I accepted it in hope that I will make you fall in love with me. Do you know how happy I was when Dad told me it's you whom I'm going to marry? But after that, I realized that you are in relationship with Alex and thought you might have been forced to marry me. So I got sad, and also at our wedding when you said that you wanted to say something, I thought you will be saying that you don't accept me as your husband. That's why I behaved like that. But after 1 month I saw Alex with Leah and he told me everything. So I Decided to make up for the mistake I done with you in 1 month of marriage. That's why I called you to company in the name of file just to confess you and took you to date, but you felt the place without even looking at me because that day I found out about Era by your employees. Jungkook closed his eyes. She was nothing to me, just a secretary. It was she who was always stick to me. I just keep her with me just to make sure she doesn't hurt you because she knew that I love you more than myself. But when she heard about our marriage, by God's grace, she left the place. Maybe she has realized her mistake. Yes, she did. And also, I know everything. She told me everything and also said sorry for her behavior. I don't want to hear anything about that. I still can't believe that you done this, Wine. You should have asked me before taking this decision. It clearly showed that all the efforts I put on to make you fall in love with me in this 3 months is waste, and it shows that you don't love me. Jungkook, I Wine didn't complete her sentence as Jungkook angrily left the place. Jungkook wait, Wine ran behind him, but he went inside the elevator. She came back to hotel room thinking that Jungkook might need a little time alone to make up his mind. What's this? She frowned and saw a card fallen on the floor. So she took, and it's a place where young couples go to spend their romantic times together. So Wine immediately rushed to that place. When she reached that place, Jungkook was there, so she ran towards him. What should you do if I say that you were my crush from college time? Jungkook turned his head towards Wine to see her taking long breath. Jungkook surprised, what? Yeah, I love you from college time, but I thought you will reject me as you rejected all those girls and will think that I'm crazy. Not only you, I was also so happy when dad told me that I'm going to marry you and I decided to confess to you on our wedding night. But you done that and left me alone. Wine cutely ported, and even though Jungkook was surprised to hear that Wine also loved him, but Wine's cute port and puppy teary eyes made his heart melt. Jungkook approached Wine and hugged her, and Wine cried, I will you hard and make you mine completely. Huh? Jungkook chuckled at Wine's confused, cute face and smashed his lips on her and her passionately. After a passionate, I'm sorry for my cold behavior, Vine nodded her head in denial. You still care for me. I should say sorry for taking such a decision. I just wanted your happiness. Okay, fine. Let's forget everything and begin our journey from now. Vine nodded her head and pulled Jungkook by his collar and him, to which Jungkook also her back. After that, they joined their forehead. I love you, John. Vine blushed. I love you, Cook. He peeked her forehead. Let's go to our room and have our pending wedding. Wine blushed at his statement, and Jungkook carried her in bridal style to go to their room and have their wedding. The end. Thanks for watching. Bye.